Before we get this video started, I wanted to give a quick disclaimer. This video is generated almost entirely using various AI programs. It's meant to be a funny sequel to my 40 random Zelda Facts video, which was built out entirely by hand without AI. After that video was complete, I thought that it would be interesting to see what would happen if I asked AI to generate a similar video. Now, I believe in using AI responsibly, so rest assured that generic generated videos like this will not become the norm for this channel or take the place of my legitimate content. Please enjoy this computer-generated nightmare exploring The Legend of Zelda through the eyes of a machine, and if you haven't seen the original video, please be sure to check it out. I will link it in the description below. Thanks. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. I hope that you're all right, all right, all right. Welcome back, my beautiful people of the internet, to a fun little video that I like to call 100 AI-generated Zelda Facts. Now, all of these facts, everything you see in this video, was written with ChatGPT, and images were created by DeepAI, and then everything was formatted with PowerPoint's designer tool, which is basically their AI designer. So I went to ChatGPT. I said, "Hey ChatGPT, tell me 100 Zelda facts," and it gave me 100 Zelda facts. And they were a little bit, I was looked a little like this once I read them, because they were a little bit, you'll see. And then I went to DeepAI and I took those facts that ChatGPT had given me, and I said, "Hey DeepAI, make this an image," and it did. I mean, 100 images, and the images kind of made me look like this. And then I threw the text and the images in PowerPoint slides and said, "Hey, PowerPoint designer, make it look good." And it tried its best. I don't know if it succeeded, but I looked like this. Now, I'm sure all of you are looking at me like this. You're like, "AI, what is this AI? This guy using AI to create his videos. You're nothing more than a heathen. This is YouTube. We're bastions of creativity here." And I know, dear viewer, I don't mean to be, as I said in my disclaimer, I don't mean for this to be the norm. I don't mean to make this the norm. I just thought this would be a fun little follow-up video idea to my last video with the 40 random Zelda facts. So, what happens when you make a video, do it entirely by hand, then you go, hey AI, can you do it better and faster? The answer is faster, yes. Better, not really. So I will say, I do, I for one welcome our new AI overlords, because they create beautiful images like Link playing a video game. I don't know what this is. It's certainly something. There's certainly a Link, and there's a video game, and there's 2 heads, and there's like 20 fingers. And it's crazy. So there's a lot of fun to be had with AI. That's what this video is, fun with AI. Like you get to see like this. I could make up something like, "Oh, look at this beautiful leaked footage of the new Zelda game." As you can see, AI has come a long way, but it still has a long way to go. And I do not believe, dear viewer, in AI replacing the creative spirit or the creative drive or the creative application. But I do think there's a lot of fun that we can have with AI, and this video is a product of that. So, as I said in my disclaimer, this will not be replacing my normal content, but I hope that you enjoy it, because I think it'll be a fun look at what AI can do when you ask it about The Legend of Zelda. Also, still celebrating the release of the new Zelda game. So, let us jump right into it. Fact number 1. The original Legend of Zelda was released in Japan on February 21st, 1986. I guess that is a fact. It is a fact. Not a very detailed fact or an interesting fact, but it's a fact. This beautiful picture will say DeepAI is pretty good, like at creating Link, but then it does this. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. What is this nose? And then this random like floating Zelda back here, and two hands or something. I don't know. Anyway, fact number two. Fact number two. This series was created by legendary game designer Miyamoto. I'm not sure why it generated Mario. I mean, I know why it generated Mario, but there's like Mario as, I guess it's supposed to be Mario Miyamoto, and then just random Mario back here, and then I don't even know what's going on over here. Very strange indeed. Alright. Fact number three. The original game featured one of the first open world designs in video gaming. I'm noticing a pattern here. These are very generic, very simple facts. I mean, I guess they are facts. They're not interesting facts. They're just facts. Like, The Legend of Zelda as a game series is a fact. So, but they got this beautiful picture generated of an open world fantasy environment, which is really cool. I'm wondering if the word pioneer, I mean, it was why it's sort of fantasy, this weird fantasy look thing. Right. Fact number four, Link's name. Link was named to symbolize linking the player to the game world. It's actually a pretty cool picture of Link. And that's like, I think the biggest problem with AI is that like, well, besides the fingers, it's always the fingers. But like, also, I don't think Link does not have a nose. There is no nose there. But like, other than the fingers and the nose, like, this looks like something you might see on like a DeviantArt, or you know, some other, or people like artists make on their Twitter these kind of pictures. That's like my biggest concern with AI. Is like this, I could claim this as my own. I'm not going to, but I could claim this as my own and be like, wow, look at this beautiful picture of Link I drew. But what gets really weird is this next fact. Zelda's name. Zelda is named after Zelda Fitzgerald, the wife of author F. Scott Fitzgerald. Now, this was a fact that I did in my other video, so like, it did give a couple of like juicy facts, but like this picture, I mean, you can still kind of tell it's AI by like the lighting. What I've noticed with AI is like the lighting's always just a little bit off. Like, this doesn't look like it's an actual person from a black and white photo if you look at it real closely, but if you look at it from a distance, like, that could be Zelda Fitzgerald. That could be Zelda Fitzgerald. It looks very similar to the picture from my other video of the actual Zelda Fitzgerald. So crazy, but really, it is cool to see like AI be able to do this kind of things. Alright, fact number six, the Triforce. The Triforce symbolizes power, wisdom, and courage. It tried. I think it tried to do power, wisdom, and courage. That actually, I think that's more of like the Triforce Legend of Zelda logo than the like proper Triforce. So that's kind of funny to me. Looking at, yeah, it tried to sort of do the Triforce mixed with like the Zelda. Like it tried to remake like the full Triforce, and it didn't quite get there. It sort of gave up halfway through. So, well, we're gonna give up on this fact. Move on to fact number 7. Master Sword, known as the Blade of Evil's Bane, it can only be wielded by the worthy. Now, this is definitely not a Zelda sword by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a pretty cool looking sword. So, I will give DeepAI credit for at least making a dope sword. Fact number 8. Ganon's evolution. Ganon appears in various forms, from a monstrous pig to a dark sorcerer. It definitely did something. DeepAI was trying its best, but I love how it just sort of it tried to write Ganon and just wrote Gan to sound. But I mean, yeah, there's like an evil pig and a dark sorcerer, and yeah, that's none of which look like Ganon. This guy kind of looks like what's his name? Kratos from God of War. So, I guess that's video game related. This is kind of a cool design. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but it's kind of cool. So, fact number 9. Hyrule, the fictional land of Hyrule, often serves as the main setting for the series. Well, it generated a fictional land. Not really that I would consider. I mean, it's definitely like medieval. I guess that it does have that going for it, but I don't know. This isn't really Hyrule. It's just sort of like a generic fantasy land. I mean, it kind of looks like an anime intro. I think it would be kind of cool. Yeah, like the art style is kind of cool. It's sort of like I said, an anime intro. But anyway, definitely not Hyrule. So, fact number 10: complex timeline. The Zelda timeline is famously complex with multiple branches. Again, this is a fact. That is indeed a fact, but like it's not an interesting fact. It took me like a few hours to compile all the facts and go through all of like the sources and stuff on my main video. And I tried to make those facts like interesting, and this is just a fact. Yeah, the Zelda timeline is complex. I guess ChatGPT told, or it did what I told it to do. So, but this, I will say, this picture is actually pretty cool. Other than the fact this is a Zelda timeline, and I don't know if any of this text is actually readable. But I do kind of appreciate that there's some Zelda elements here, and it's like trying to show off this like detailed timeline, which is actually pretty cool. And then it tried to like assign its work down here or something. Just like assign its work down here or something. So, speaking of text being unreadable, fact number 11: 3D transition Ocarina of Time, released in 1998, was the first 3D game in the series. This is true. Still a fact. Not interesting. Although I think my favorite part about this is it tried to create the Ocarina of Time something, and you do have like an adult Link and a young Link, and that just is content down here. It is indeed content, but I just love how it's just like it did so well. It was like Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is almost the original logo, and then it's just like Le Pearl Onsen. That is not the legend of. That is Le Pearl Onsen. It's like French. It's not French for the legend of, though I know that for sure. Le Pearl Onsen. So anyway, it's always the text. Fact number 12: Z targeting introduced in Ocarina of Time. This mechanic allows for precise targeting of enemies. It gave its best shot over here. I'm not sure what this is. It's a target. And it definitely recognized Ocarina of Time considering it gave us Link, but then this is like a Meta Knight almost looking thing in a way. So, I don't know. Anyway. And then we got to this one. Great Deku Tree. This iconic character serves as the guardian of the Kokiri Forest in Ocarina of Time. Not even close. Not even close, my friends. I don't know what it's cute. It's adorable. Like, I will give it credit. It's pretty cool, but I don't know what that is. It's the guardian of the forest. And it sort of looks like Link, and there's like, it got the shield, the coat of arms right, I guess, but the rest of it, I don't even know what it's supposed to be, so. Fact number 14. Navi, Link's fairy companion in Ocarina of Time, popularized the phrase, "Hey, listen, if you didn't know this fact, that's okay. You probably don't know Zelda, but like, hey, listen, it's Navi." And then, instead of getting Navi the fairy, we got a fairy version of Link. It is actually a very cool drawing. Once again, going back to my concern with AI, my biggest concern with AI is being able to create, well, let me rephrase that. My biggest concern with AI is creating false misinformation, or disinformation, I guess it would be. That's my biggest concern with AI, people using AI to create things that didn't happen that negatively impact someone. That's my biggest concern. My second biggest concern from a creative standpoint is again, this looks like something somebody could have drawn. I could go and say, yeah, I drew this. I can't draw this. I can't draw. There's no drawing in my life. That's why this is a PowerPoint, and that's why there's AI generation. Because I couldn't draw this. If I could draw this, I would draw this, but I can't draw this. So, but AI can, and it took me about 5 seconds. 5 seconds with that prompt. That's scary. Fact number 15. art style. The cel-shaded graphics were initially controversial, but are now beloved. I'm not sure how factual that is. I know they were controversial back in the day. I think they are beloved now, but I'm not 100% sure this is entirely factual. ChatGPT could just be, feed me some bowl. I will say, though, it definitely tried for Wind Waker's art style, though, and it got maybe halfway there, so it's cool. It's a cool picture, though, regardless. Fact number 16. Zelda 2. The only side-scrolling game in the series featuring RPG elements. I guess my favorite game series, Steer Eye Courage, Zelda. And, well, you know, there's like a couple of things here, I guess. I don't know what this is supposed to be. You kind of have Link here. This looks like it's taken from Mario. This looks like the guy from Dragon Ball, whose name I can't remember now. Is it Master Yoshi? I think it's Master Yoshi. Anyway. Roshi. I was close. I was like, Yoshi, that's not right. Master Roshi. Kind of looks like Master Roshi. No idea what this person is, but the rest of it's kind of cool, and it does sort of have this this sort of looks like a vibe of like a game for the SNES or something. So E for effort. Fact number 17: Link's Awakening, the first Zelda game not set in Hyrule, taking place in a dream world. Well, I guess this is what I'd imagine a dream world to be. I'm not sure. These are like seeds or something falling down, I guess. They look a little bit scandalous in some other places, but we're not going to. We're just going to move on. 18. Song of Time. This melody allows Link to manipulate time and Ocarina of Time. Once again, a fact. Not interesting. I mean, interesting, I guess. If you've never played Ocarina of Time, which I'm sure I know there are people out there who've never played Ocarina of Time, the Song of Time is a melody. Maybe you find that interesting. As someone who's played Ocarina of Time, I don't find this interesting. It's like the third thing you learn. I also, don't know what the AI was doing here with this image. It was just like music, link, boom, there you go. One note, one link. It's all you get. I feel a little bit robbed of my time, even though, again, 5 seconds. Fact number 19, Toon Link. The chibi style Link debuted in Wind Waker. That is a pretty cool chibi style Link, other than the fact that the shield is something, but it is a pretty cool looking little Link. So, not quite the chibi style Link in Wind Waker, but a cool image of Link nonetheless. Fact number 20, Goddesses. Din, Nehru, and Ferrari are the 3 goddesses who created Hyrule. So this is a really cool image, actually. This is super sick. Those look like they could be 3 goddesses. My biggest concern, and there's a couple of images in this that do this. My biggest concern is, what in the world is this? The AI signed itself. That concerns me. The AI is like, I need to sign my work. I can't even read that. It's illegible, but it is a little bit concerning that the AI has learned to sign its work. Because, of course, the implication there is that they used signed work to train the AI. If the AI thinks it's going to create an image that it needs to sign, it's used to sign works. Somebody's copyrighted works went into the making of this. Which, I think we all know at this point, but it is concerning to see those reminders when you start to use AI. So, to the people who can create this artwork, and more power to you. I know it takes a lot of time and effort and training to be able to draw something that incredible. And like I keep saying, 5 seconds. That's how long it took me to generate this image. Alright, fact number 21. Perfect scores. Ocarina of Time was the first game to receive a perfect score from Edge magazine. There's a lot to unpack here. DDGE magazine, Mint Seer, and then the perfect score that is apparently 2 out of 6 over 10. So, yeah. good at generating magazine pages, are we, AI? Fact number 22, crossover appearances. Link has appeared in crossover games like Super Smash Bros. Well, that's a Link, and his shield is crossing over into his arm, so... but the shield's pretty close, actually. I'll give it, like, it's a good shield. And it's a solid Link, so... Fact 23, Link's age. Link's age varies across games. He's typically depicted as a young adult or child. Nothing special here. Link is an adult or he's a child. It's a fact. And that's Link. Nothing funny or special here. Fact 24. Heart containers. These items are used to recover health and increase Link's life bar. You know, there's a life bar, there's a heart. It understood the assignment. Maybe not all the way, but it understood the assignment enough. Cool. Fact number 25. Side quests. Many games feature extensive side quests that provide valuable rewards. Well, the background looks like Skyrim. The side quest, it got side quest correct. There's a find I can read there. I'm not sure what any of these other words are saying. They're not words. They are letters in an order. That's not a word. Fact number 26. Rupee, the currency in the series, often represented as colored gemstones. So as we can see, nothing Zelda related here. We've got currency, we've got colored gemstones. It basically read it at face value, so not particularly exciting, but a cool image nonetheless. Fact number 27, Shadow Temple, a spooky dungeon in Ocarina of Time filled with dark imagery. That's a thing. I don't know if that's a fact. That's more like a definition of a noun. But this is what AI thinks a spooky dungeon with dark imagery looks like. It's, it's a little spooky. It is kind of Zelda-y, I'll give it credit. I'm not sure what that giant red star in the middle is, but this really just does not fit in the aesthetic of the rest of the picture. But these, otherwise it looks pretty cool, I will say. It definitely is. It feels very fantasy. Fact number 28. Oh boy. Zora and Goron races. Zora are aquatic beings, while Gorons are rock-like creatures. It did something. It tried something. There's an aquatic being and a rock-like creature. Nowhere close to Zora or Goron. And once again, the AI signed its terrible artwork. Still very concerning. We're gonna move on. Fact number 29. Majora's Mask, known for its darker tone and 3-day cycle gameplay. That feels like a description that you would say, like, well, what is Majora's Mask? If it's explaining Majora's Mask to someone who would never play Majora's Mask, like, yeah, it's a Zelda game. It's like known for it. It's got darker tone. It's got this 3-day cycle. It's like the first words that you say about Majora's Mask, so, I guess that is what it's known for, so. This picture, I mean, the mask is kinda cool. I guess it's supposed to be like a darker tone, but like the mask, it's kind of going in the direction of Majora's Mask, so it's getting there. Fact number 30. Master Cycle introduced in Breath of the Wild. This is a motorcycle-like vehicle, and this is a picture of a motorcycle. It's a pretty cool picture of a motorcycle, but it's just a motorcycle. So, yeah, the AI, DeepAI was not sure what to do with this one. Fact number 31. Link's silence. Link is mostly mute, allowing players to project themselves onto him. This is true. This is a fact. And that's Link, staring contemplatively into the distance. Not speaking, just thinking. So, I guess it's, a good picture of Link, though. Very tiny nose. Fact number 32. Mirror of Twilight. A portal to the Twilight Realm introduced in Twilight Princess. That's a portal mirror, alright. It's, nothing special. It's just a mirror. It's a fantasy mirror. It's a cool looking fantasy mirror. But it's a fantasy mirror. Actually, I guess it is kind of like a portal. It kind of is like a portal, because, like, you can see through it. That is actually kind of cool. Fact number 33. Puzzle mechanics. This series is known for intricate puzzles and dungeon traps. I guess that's supposed to be a puzzle and or dungeon trap, but it just, I don't think the AI knew what it was going for there. There's almost like I mean, as I said, I copied this fact as you see it on your screen into ChatGPT, or ChatGPT gave me this as you see it on your screen. I copied it into DeepAI. It generated this image, so it didn't really have the Legend of Zelda context other than being generated alongside a bunch of other Zelda images. So I think that might have been what it was going for, but I think it's just trying to do like a dungeon puzzle type thing with a little bit of game element to it. Okay. Fact number 34. Fierce Deity, a powerful transformation for Link in Majora's Mask. Well, there is this certainly is something. You know, there's a link-like body and the cloak. There's some sort of mask here. I guess this is supposed to be like a fairy or a flower. It's peeing on Link, as we can see. It's just peeing on Link. This mask, there's a mask, and it's a powerful looking mask. I guess it's sort of fierce. This is what we're going for, so that's something, alright. Fact number 35. Collectibles. Games often feature collectibles like golden scotellas or Korok seeds. Well, as we can see here, that's a terrifying little creature that's supposed to be a golden scotella. And it's surrounded by Korok seeds. It's, you know, I thought the scotolas, I mean, it's getting the vibe of the scotola. It's definitely creeping me out. We're not gonna stay here. Fact number 36. Opponent Link's horse introduced at Ocarina of Time can be summoned with this song. This looks more like Fluttershy. This looks like Fluttershy from My Little Pony. That is not a Epona. That is something else. That is like a My Little Pony. That is like, it's something. It's something, alright. That's what okay. Fact number 35. Fairy fountains. Magical places where Link can upgrade his gear and heal. Now I do want to give this one credit because like this does look like a little like health fountain you might see in a top-down adventure game. So like it definitely captures the vibe of like a 2D Legend of Zelda game. My favorite part is the little smile here in the corner. It's just this little smile in the shadow. It's not a very creepy smile. It's a very welcoming smile. It's like, hello, welcome to my place of healing. It's probably the fairy chilling in the cave. But no, this is actually a really cool image. Fact number 38. Spirit Tracks. A game featuring tree travel on the primary mechanic. You know, it got Spirit Tracks in there. It got a train. The train is not. So I just want to notice this. Like the train track looks pretty good. The background looks pretty good. Gams, first of all. Elephant is Spirit Tracks. It did try to do the like trademark symbol up here, so it's interesting. But of course, as you can see, there is no connection to this train, and this train track also just goes into the other train track, which I guess is a thing that actually happens with legitimate train tracks. But it's just I don't think it's supposed to. I think it's supposed to be two separate train tracks, and it just sort of goes right into there. So I don't see a switch here. This is what I'm saying. There's no switch here. There's just a track into a track. I don't think that's smart. Oh, also, I just noticed the power pylon that is like also a bridge. It's like sideways. Oh, this is probably my favorite image out of the bunch. I have looked at these before I put them in the PowerPoint, but not closely. We're looking at it, and then oh yeah, those like a rating here. I actually just noticed that too. It's like a attempt at a rating label. Anyway, fact 39. Link Between Worlds introduces the ability for Link to merge into walls. It tried its best to link between two walls. I guess that's like kind of close. Fact 40. Four Swords, a multiplayer game where Link splits into four versions of himself. So I do want to give this image credit because first of all, the background is really cool. was really cool. Also, you have 4 links there, although I don't know why. I don't know why. So you have 3 links that are different colors. They all look very similar, other than the eyes. You got the red eyes versus the blue eyes. But then this link has a scarf on and no hat. Sure. And then this is like a dual-sided sword. Like a dual-sided sword, and I don't know why. And and also this link does not have leggings on. Oh, actually, you know what? I wonder if that's supposed to be Zelda. That might be supposed to be Zelda, because I see that like the hands here. Although there's like 3 hands, and none of them really connected anywhere. It's sort of this hand is like going like down here, and then this hand's like here. But the hands are like these hands like this can't exist right here. Also, I don't know what Link is doing, like trying to pull a sword out or something. But that just looks a little bit. We're gonna move on. Fact 41. Zelda's role. Zelda often plays a significant role beyond being a damsel in distress. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but this is a pretty cool picture of Zelda. Pretty cool, like. And once again, the AI signed its work. Concerning. That is a pretty cool picture of Zelda. Like, I could see this. I could see someone creating this. And the castle in the background, I don't think it really all makes sense, but it's a cool thing. Fact number 42. Triforce of courage associated with Link and his bravery throughout the series. That is a Triforce in a forest. I think it's pretty cool. But that's it. Fact 43. Master Sword location usually found in Lost Woods. I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure you get the Master Sword. Actually, no, I know for a fact you get the Master Sword. Kokiri Sword in Lost Woods. Actually, no, that's in Kokiri Forest. So this is just wrong. What's also wrong is the sword. I mean, it's in the woods. It's got 2 hilts. I don't think it's a particularly useful sword. No, this hilt is actually just blade. I don't think it's going to be a particularly useful Master Sword. But it says it's Master. Also looks like a gravestone, so it's more like a grave monument or something. Fact number 44. Great Plateau, the starting area in Breath of the Wild, serves as a tutorial zone. Cool. And there's a picture of a Great Plain, so there's definitely a plateau there, but there's really more of a mountain. And I love how like the cloud is like the mountain part 2. Fact number 45. Rito tribe, a bird-like race first appearing in The Wind Waker. That's a bird. It's sort of like cel-shaded like Wind Waker. I don't know if that's what the Ritos look like at all. It's even close to the Ritos. Closer to Doritos. Fact number 46. Link's outfit changes. Different games allow Link to wear various outfits with unique abilities. My favorite part about this picture is that it is the same outfit. It says different various outfits in the prompt. And all 4 of these are the same outfit. There is nothing different between them. And also, Link's hood is going into his shield here. Fact number 47. Deku scrubs, plant-like creatures first introduced in Ocarina of Time. This picture and these creatures are cool. It's cool looking. Don't get me wrong. It's not a Deku scrub. It's, I guess, sort of going in the right direction a little bit. But it's missing the mouth. It's missing the creepy parts. It's just sort of like, I don't know, it looks like something from a fantasy game or something. It's pretty cool though. Fact number 48. Stalfos. Skeletal enemies encountered in many games. That's not really a fact. That's just like it's like something you find on Wikipedia. I guess it is a fact because it is true, but I will say this picture though is sick. Very sick. It's very cool. It's very cool. It's a very cool enemy. I could see this being an enemy in like a fantasy game or something, like a Skyrim or something. It's almost like a Draugr. really sick. Other than the fact, like, the armor just, I don't know, the armor is sitting around his waist because there's so much space there, and he does not have a belt. Fact number 49, Temple of Time. A key location in the series housing the Master Sword. See, this time I realized the Master Sword in the correct location, Temple of Time. Doesn't really look, that's a temple. I don't really see a time element, although I do see a sword. So it really just was like a temple, Master Sword. Got it. I got you. This still is better than this next picture for fact number 50. Ocarina items. The ocarina plays a crucial role in gameplay, enabling time manipulation. I will say for this one, for the most part, I tried to have a rule of generating one image, like the first image that DeepAI came up with. This one I did a couple of times. It just could not figure out what an ocarina was. So you just have items of some kind, and then there's some time in there, and then 50. For some reason, just exclaiming 50. This next picture, though, is actually really cool. For fact 51 of Phantom Hourglass, this game uses the DS touchscreen for puzzles and navigation. Like, I will say that other than the fact that there is an A, C, X, and then a backwards C as the buttons, is a pretty cool rendering of a Nintendo DS. Like, completely computer generated. Also, the stylus is kind of being held weird between the fingers. And there are only 4 fingers. But at least there's a thumb, and the fingers look kind of right. So, actually, I just realized there's just an A button just chilling in the middle here. I'm pretty sure this wouldn't close with these like little nubs here. But you know what? Otherwise, it looks, from a distance, it looks like a DS. So bravo DeepAI, bravo. Fact number 42. Goddess statues serve as save points and fast travel locations in Breath of the Wild. So probably, 3 things. This image that I noticed right away. First of all, this is like, I don't think this is particularly Zelda. This is more like Hindu. It's kind of like a Hindu goddess, a sort of Southeast Asian religious symbol goddess statue. 2, of course, it is the M-line for Zelda of the Wild. But that's all. And then, other than like the Master Sword just being broken right here, it is a pretty close Zelda logo. But probably just as concerning, probably a little less concerning than citing the art. But this is footage. Actually, it says Fatlace by Goddess something. So not only is it signing its work, showing that it's been trained on signed works, but it's also labeling it on copyrighted works, like people like footage by this person. This is all very concerning. This is the problem that people have with AI. It's the problem I have with AI, using all the copyrighted content. Fact 53. Tingle, a recurring character known for his obsession with rupees. This is basically just Goblin Link. Nothing close to Tingle. And once again, signed artwork. Concerning. But fact 54. Hyrule Compendium, an in-game encyclopedia introduced in Breath of the Wild. It is the I got compendium right, which is funny. Didn't do compendium, but it is. I mean, it's a encyclopedia, which is pretty cool. I was like, this book is very large. This bottom book, I guess it's supposed to be like a glass for something. The bottom book is very large. Anyway, fact 55. Hylian Shield, one of the most iconic shields known for its durability. It's a pretty close rendering of the shield. The Hylian Shield is not perfect, but it's in the right direction, so I'll give it credit. Fact 56. Cave of Ordeals, a challenging dungeon in Twilight Princess. This is not really a dungeon, more of a house in a cave with an upside down lantern and a chain leading it over. But it's a cool looking house. Fact 57. Ballad of the Goddess, a song from Skyward Sword that plays a key role in the game. While in the previous was an example of music. It was like the bare minimum note this time, which is like, nope, you don't get any music, anything related to music or songs. You just get a picture of Link, and once again, a copyright watermark that tells me this was trained on someone's artwork. I think the most disturbing part of it is just the blatantness of it all. Like, you took pictures that people had signed and you threw them in the AI. Like, I mean, they probably just scraped a bunch of information, but fact 58. Fairy upgrades. Great fairies enhance Link's abilities in various games. And once again, we get Fairy Link, which is still really cool. A really cool crossover. And like, that wand is pretty cool. Like the spiky wand, a mace wand. But it is not a great fairy, it's just Link as a fairy, so. Fact 59. A stealthy enemy faction in Breath of the Wild. This design is very cool. That is a stealthy enemy faction, if I've ever seen one. I don't know if it's anywhere close to what they look like. Actually looking at this picture, it's kind of on the right track. Looking at this picture of a Iga Blade Master. Oh yeah, these guys, I know what these guys are. I haven't played Breath of the Wild, but I've watched people play Breath of the Wild, so I have seen these. This is kind of in the right direction, I will say, but not quite there. This next one, though, even if it's not fully accurate, is still really cool. The fact of 60, the Gerudo, a desert tribe known for strong warrior women. That is a really cool picture. Besides the fact that they are all the same person. That is a really cool picture, though. Like, I could see this being in fantasy. It definitely reaches the prompt of strong warrior woman, and there's a desert element to it. It's in the desert. They've got kind of the curved swords, like you would expect of a culture based in the desert. So, a lot of cool elements here in this picture. I just hate that it took 5 seconds to generate this when there are people who spend their entire lives learning how to draw this well. We do it for the memes, I guess. Fact number 61. Ocarina's influence the game popularized musical instruments as gameplay elements. I don't know if this is true. I cannot confirm this. But this guy is really a fan of his giant guitar that is larger than him. That could actually probably crush him. So this isn't like super helpful to anyone. So, fact number 62: light arrows, powerful arrows used against Ganon and dark creatures. These are all facts. This is true. It's more of like a gameplay note than a fact, but it is true. So, yeah, I did not know what to do with this. It just did like light spears. Like the lightning effect is cool, and there's definitely Link. Like, it knew that there was something Zelda there. And there's a dark creature, I guess, in the back. But it just got a little bit confused. Fact number 63. Korok Forest. Home to the Koroks and the Master Sword, introduced in Breath of the Wild. Is that true about the Master Sword? Let us consult Google. Okay, sorry, Google has corrected me. The Lost Woods Master Sword is true in Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom. I'm sorry, I've lied to you, dear viewer. So the Master Sword is in the Lost Woods. In one of the games, but not in Ocarina of Time, which is my game, so. But as you can see, sort of the Korok houses, it seems like houses the Koroks would live in, so. Fact number 64, Soraya's Song, a nostalgic tune that connects Link to his friends in Ocarina of Time. Well, there's not really any friends here, it's just Link playing something that's not an ocarina. It's a cool picture, though. Fact number 65, Lens of Truth reveals hidden objects in Ocarina of Time. What I'm really gathering from all of this is that ChatGPT is basically wiki. It's basically the Zelda wiki. It's probably just reading from the Zelda wiki. That's a pretty cool illustration of like Lens of Truth. It's not quite in line with the game design, but it's I guess a more realistic rendering of what something could look like. Fact number 66. Goddess Hylia, a central figure in the lore of the series, particularly in Skyward Sword. Well, this looks like a goddess, and it doesn't look like Zelda, and Zelda is a descendant of the goddess Hylia, so it's a good, like, crossover. I do think it's interesting they, like, gave her the sort of Catholic saint light halo behind her head. But, that is a pretty cool... I say if I had to imagine what the goddess Hylia would look like, knowing what I know about the goddess Hylia, which isn't much, but knowing what I know about the goddess Hylia, that's probably how I would have pictured her. Again, looking kind of like Zelda, because Zelda is her descendant, so. Fact number 67, the Master Sword's trial. In Breath of the Wild, Link must prove his worth to wield the Master Sword. I think that's pretty much true in any Zelda game, ChatGPT, but I digress. This picture, however, is not Breath of the Wild, it is Master of Zelda will tilt. Master of Zelda will tilt. Will tilt. And then once again, sign its name. Oh boy. We're gonna move on. Fact number 68. Nabooru, a Gerudo warrior who becomes a sage in Ocarina of Time. Once again, a really cool picture of... This is kind of like Zelda meets a Gerudo warrior. It's a cool picture though. And like, it did capture, again, like, the Gerudos come from the desert. And it's in a desert. And the moon is really cool. I don't know, this is just a really cool image. As I've said many times in this video. Fact number 69. Deku Nuts, an item used to stun enemies, first appearing in Ocarina of Time. It's not really a Deku Nut, but you know what, it tried to make something happen, so. Fact number 70. Moblins and Bokoblins, iconic enemy types in the series. Once again, we're still just like Wikipedia facts here. Just like reading Wikipedia. ChatGPT, come on. DeepAI did not know what to do with Moblins and Bokoblins. It was just like, there's an error. So I had to just put iconic enemy types in the series. And so here's a picture of what ChatGPT considers iconic enemy types. Not Zelda related in any sense, but they do look pretty iconic and different enemy types. So it got the job done. Fact 71. Link's boots. Various games feature different types of boots, each with unique effects. For those of you unfamiliar with PowerPoint Designer, it basically just like suggests a bunch of different styles. So I was just choosing random styles, but it makes me laugh. There's like no consistency between the styles, so you get like this blue here, and you get this just like bright pink. And granted, I chose the bright pink because I thought it'd be funny to have the difference, but the contrast is funny. But it is funny to me that one of the first suggestions was not to match this style, but also I didn't want every single slide to be this style, so that's why it's such a jump here. But my other favorite part about this is that, yeah, there are 6 types of boots here, and they do all look like they have unique effects, but it tried to give them names. Ah yes, Payest, Shodest, Taris, Sevix. My favorite Zelda element. Fact number 72. Zelda, the One of Camelot. A CDI game featuring Zelda as the protagonist. Well, that is Zelda in a Link outfit. And she is holding a wand. I don't know if it's the Wand of Camelot. These creatures back here are pretty cool. This is creepy. Whatever this skull moon is. None of this background makes any sense. But these creatures are pretty cool. He's cute. There's like a second one, but it's got like growing horns. Like giant horns. It's basically, there's a deer. But it's like a deer mixed with like something. And then this fairy. It's pretty cool. This could be from a game, I will say, but anyway, moving on to fact 73. cameos. Link and Zelda have made numerous cameos in other games outside the series. I will say this is a pretty cool picture of Link and Zelda. It's like more of an anime style Zelda, and I love how they're just like wearing the exact same outfit. It's just like the Link version and the Zelda version, although the hands look normal. I will say this I can definitely see this being something like I would find like a DeviantArt or something of like Link and Zelda wearing a couple's outfit or something. There's some shipping going on here with this. DeepAI was like, I need them to be together. I'm not sure what Zelda is wearing there. I think it's kind of Zelda themed around her waist, but also she's just wearing one glove. Interesting choice, but otherwise that's a cool picture. Right. Fact 74: the King of the Red Lions, a talking boat that guides Link and the Wind Waker. That is indeed a red lion. What does this boat look like? You know, I will say, looking at a picture of the King of Red Lions boat, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. I mean, the just kind of a line in the boat. The lion's body just sort of disappears here, and then its tail doesn't connect to anything. And also, there's just a mast that doesn't go anywhere. I guess it could be like going behind the. I guess it could be like going behind the dragon's or the lion's body. Also, this eyeball just like this, like two pupils. Two pupils. It's very strange. But I mean, it's it's in the right direction, I will say. So there you go. Anyway, fact number 75: rupee colors. Different colors of rupees have varying values: green, blue, and red. So it just was like, I'm gonna have green, blue, and red, and then I'm going to do the symbol for the actual currency of rupees. It understood the word rupees, but it didn't put it in the Zelda context. So that's interesting, but it's a cool kind of picture. Alright. Fact number 76: the Shadow Link, a dark reflection of Link that appears as an antagonist in several games. This is a pretty cool rendering of what I would consider of Shadow Link. Not much to say here. It's a cool render. It's creepy. It gives off the right vibes. Fact 77: the Kokiri, a race of forest-dwelling children, including Link's childhood friends. So it's kind of just like GB Link with no legs. I just realized. Okay, so this Link is not sitting on anything. This Link has no legs. This is sort of Zelda, and she looks mostly normal. The fingers, of course, there are like 20 fingers, but all things considered, that's kind of what I expect a group of the Kokiri to look like. Fact number 78: remember what I said earlier, that DeepAI could not figure out how to do a ocarina. Well, I think this is what it was trying to do earlier. The Ocarina of Time, a magical instrument central to the story and gameplay of Ocarina of Time. Well, it does feel very Zelda-y, even though it's more like a flute. I guess there is like, there are some ocarinas that are a little bit more bulbous than like traditional ocarina. They're just sort of like if you were to take the bottom piece of this and like make it this big or something, like that could be an ocarina, but this is just kind of a weird looking flute with one note. But I mean, the Zelda markings are pretty cool. Zora's Domain, a beautiful underwater location inhabited by the Zora people. So, it's an underwater location, it's inhabited by people. It's not really. And also the theory, it's Tatri Zelda. Cement Zards, my favorite game, Cement Zards. It's just a theory. A Cement Zard theory. Fact number 80, Breath of the Wild's map features a massive open world design encouraging exploration. So, I will say, this doesn't look like, this is a cool, like, it got the map design going there, other than the fact this is Brevon T, Zelda of the Wild. That's just the funniest thing to me. it still even is like Breath of the Wild or Zelda of the Wild with a little like trademark rights reserved. But I mean, yeah, this is kind of like there's a castle and there's like some stuff. This map doesn't make a whole lot of sense in terms of like real civilization, but it's a cool rendering of what a sort of video game map looks like. Fact 81. Sheikah Slate. A key tool in Breath of the Wild that aids Link in his journey. It's not really the Sheikah Slate, but it's close. Fact number 82. The Twilight Realm, a shadowy dimension introduced in Twilight Princess. Now this is cool. It did label it as Twilight Realm. This is pretty cool. I'm not sure. This is basically Link. I'm not sure who this is supposed to be. It looks kind of like Dobby. I didn't realize Dobby was in Zelda. I guess Dobby is a free elf. He can do what he wants. Speaking of like Dobby, this does look a little bit kind of like Harry Potter-ish, Hogwarts-ish, more than like, I mean, there's some Zelda side to it. It does look very cool though. It's a cool, it's a super cool rendering, a super cool like location. I'd love to see something like it in a video game. Fact 83. The Sand Wraith, a boss in Spirit Tracks that embodies the dangers of the desert. I don't think this is anywhere close to the actual thing. Wait, this is even a thing. I don't think this is actually a thing. I think this is just a lie. Because I'm looking up Sand Wraith, and it does not. Nothing's coming up on Google. There's a Sand Wraith and How to Train Your Dragon. There's a Sand Realm. So, yeah, I don't think this is actually a fact. I think this is a lie. So, it's a cool image though, but unfortunately, ChatGPT lying to us. You can't always trust what the computer tells you. You can't trust everything you read online. That's what my parents used to say. Fact number 84, the Imprisoning War, a historical event in the Zelda lore resulting in Ganon's first defeat. So there's Ganon, he's like a prison in his stomach. There's like this soldier growing out of the rock, and then sort of Zelda, but with like Thor hair. And this guy, I can't tell if this guy is like facing forward or backwards, but like it's supposed to be Ganon being defeated or imprisoned or something. Kind of looks like the Thing from the Fantastic Four with these hands. And this is, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Alright, fact 85. Fairy locations often hidden. These locations reward Link with upgrades and health. Nothing special in this image. Is sort of like a fantasy shrine, which is really cool. It's a very cool image, but not really related to the prompt. The prompt sort of was like fairy location, I guess. What I was trying to go off of. But again, looks really cool. Looks like some concept art from like Zelda or some similar game. Alright, fact number 86. Link's child form in many games. Link starts as a child and grows into adulthood. This is a fact. Actually, I don't know how many games actually he does that, to be honest, but I guess this is kind of like Kid Link, but he's got like, I don't know what this is supposed to be up here. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but this is basically just Child Link. Alright, fact 87. Time travel. Ocarina of Time introduced the concept of time travel in gameplay. I'm a little bit shocked by this image, I'll be honest, because like, I think it really tried to go for the Ocarina of Time. I guess it's supposed to be an ocarina he's holding. And there's like a clock in it to be time travel. I'm surprised it didn't go more into the time travel part of this prompt. But so we just get this like hyper-realistic Link, I guess, or like the light at his feet makes it look like he's teleporting or something. I don't know. But fact number 80, I do know fact number 88, cooking mechanics. Breath of the Wild introduced cooking as a significant gameplay element. That's kind of an interesting fact, I guess. This cool picture of like, sort of like cooking. It's trying to, like, I love how just like cooking mechanics is perfectly readable, right? That looks cool. It clearly a title. It's clearly reading this as a title. And then it's like cooking the something for Jark. Gert nuts. The salt's fired. Gert's nuts for Jark. I don't know what that means, but then it's just like, you fool. You fool of a duke. And also, I don't know what this fork is or what any of this is supposed to be. This is just like glue just chilling here, so I don't know. Anyway, fact 89. Ganondorf's Triforce. He possesses the Triforce of power, granting him incredible strength. Well, this is not really Ganon, just sort of Link. I guess it's kind of Ganondorf. Zelda evil creature holding a Triforce. And the Triforce is like almost there, but it's like not quite. Also, I love how it's kind of like got the full If you look at like his belt, like it's almost like the full Triforce sort of idea going on here. I don't know. Anyway, fact number 90. Zelda's abilities. In Spirited Tracks, Zelda can possess a phantom to help Link. I don't know what's going on here. There's some powers. There's a Link. And then, I guess that's kind of a Zora face, almost. Almost. It's weird. I don't know. Anyway, fact 91. The Goron City. A vibrant city inhabited by the Goron race, often found near Death Mountain. Well, this certainly feels like Death Mountain. Although I will say that the doors are just like next to the lava, which is kind of funny to me. But none of these people look like Gorons at all. So it got like halfway there. I mean, this is kind of like a village in Death Mountain. So it's going, it's getting there. Fact number 92. Puzzles in dungeons. Dungeons typically feature intricate puzzles that must be solved to progress. This doesn't really look like something on a Zelda. It's like a puzzle. It's like a puzzle, but it feels more like out of escape room game type thing. Not escape room itself, but like a game about escape rooms, or like Indiana Jones or something. It's kind of cool. It's kind of realistic, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it's like an Indiana Jones sort of feel or something, but not really a Zelda. This next one is probably my favorite. Fact number 93. The hook shot. A versatile item used to traverse gaps and defeat enemies in many games. Now, DeepAI's image generator, I'll give it a lot of credit. It did not know what to do for this. It's hook and shot, and that's all it ran with. So I love how it's just like, it's almost like the skyhook from BioShock Infinite, but then there's like a carabiner rope tie, like it's meant for like climbing, but then it's shooting, and it's not just shooting, it's shooting through the metal. And then also like none of these dimensions here make like any sense or work, or like where this is going. It's like a optical illusion, an MC Escher painting or something, where all of the lines, and then like there's like this like sort of steampunk background, and this dude just chilling here. I don't know what's going on. It's very steampunk though. I don't know. It looks cool though. I will say, like, for all of its faults, one thing I will say that I really do enjoy about AI is like it is able to be quote unquote creative in a way that humans aren't, because it can just sort of combine create the amalgamation of like all of these different styles and all of these different people that like yes. And I know there's a whole discussion about like the copyright of AI. Like, well, is an AI just basically like inspiring? It's like it's an AI taking work and creating work inspired by someone else's work. Very similar to a human being inspired by someone else's work and creating a similar piece of artwork. There's a whole debate there, I know. But what I will say is, one thing that AI can do that humans will never be able to do is take the amalgamation of all of those inspirations and put them in one image, like what we have going on here. Because there's like, again, steampunk, there's like video game elements, there's climbing, there's futuristic sort of sci-fi, there's all these different pieces that the computer is able to like put together and create something that's you would like has never been seen before. It is when you look at it like that way, it's kind of cool. Again, ignoring the like copyright concerns for just that argument. If you put those aside for a second, because they are very valid concerns, but if you put them aside for a second and think about it like that, it is pretty cool. Fact number 94. The Hyrule Warriors series, a spin-off that blends Zelda characters with Dynasty Warriors gameplay. This image is pretty much, I mean, it will say like, it could be illegitimate, it could almost be like game artwork. But it's very much like, it took the Hyrule Warriors series, although it had two eyes to Warriors. It took the Hyrule Warriors series idea, and like the Dynasty Warriors box art, and like combined them in a pretty cool way, so props, I guess. Alright, fact number 95. Rito Village, a new area introduced in Breath of the Wild, populated by the Rito tribe. Well, this is just a village, nothing special here, a village in the woods. Kind of Breath of the Wild feel, so it's cool. Fact number 96. Link's name variations. In some games, Link can be named by the player, allowing for personal touches. Got a bunch of classic names here like Lyric, Larky, Fanta, Durkin, Mariah, Velfair, Lava, or like Yava. Also, why are these like, I love how these are like all the same Link, except like this guy's like rubbing his eye, this guy just doesn't have an eye. There's like random Link here in the middle that just doesn't make any sense. This guy's face is just broken. A lot of these hats are just like all like coming off to the side. This guy's sword is through his arm. Daniel's having some issues. Manila. I'm also not sure what just is like dangling here. That's a little bit concerning. We're gonna move on. Fact number 97. The Lurelin Village, a seaside village introduced in Breath of the Wild. And once again, we have Zelda of the Wild. At least I got the Zelda card this time. I can't even read what's on top of that. And of course, we have a seaside village here. Nothing special. It looks pretty cool. It looks like a seaside village. Alright, fact number 98. The Fairies Fountain theme. The music played at Fairy Fountains is iconic and nostalgic for fans. This is true. I am very nostalgic. It is very iconic to me. This is a fact for me, at least. I don't know if it's a fact for you. It might be a fact. I don't think it's really a fact, though. It's pretty subjective. So this is probably the like some of the other facts were just wrong. This is just not really a fact. It's more of an opinion. Can't trust the computer to do anything right. But I will say this is pretty cool, like fairy fountain sort of design. I'm not sure where there's water around the fountain, outside of the fountain, around the fountain's in the water, but it's a pretty cool scene overall. Fact number 99. Triforce Heroes. A multiplayer. Oh, I'm sorry. Trifover Heroes. My favorite Zelda game, Trifover Heroes. A multiplayer focused game that emphasizes teamwork. So I mean, other than like the AI having no idea how to type, the link designs are pretty cool. More like on the Zelda side on a couple of them, but that's okay. I do like those the colors fit like the multiplayer focused vibe, so that's really cool. And then last but certainly not least, we have fact number 100. Legacy, the Legend of Zelda series has inspired countless games and remains one of Nintendo's most beloved franchises. That is very true. That is a fact, I will say. That is a great fact to end on. What an incredible picture. I mean, it's not really anything to do with Zelda. It's like just sort of fantasy. There's the legacy part of it, I guess. Legend, maybe. I mean, it's a pretty epic looking picture, even if it's not. It's a very AI looking picture. Still a very cool picture to end on. 100 facts. Text, images, and PowerPoint designs, all created by computers in a lab somewhere. Not in a lab, probably at a data center. Computers in a data center somewhere. Using way too much energy and way too much power. 100 facts, all generated. So, my question is, dear viewer, did you learn anything? because I definitely did not. I didn't learn a darn thing. But if you do want to learn 40 cool facts about Zelda, please be sure to check out my 40 random Zelda Facts video that I will link in the description below. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this comical look at The Legend of Zelda through the eyes of the computer. But I really hope that you always remember that wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, whoever you are, I hope you are or will soon be well. I hope you are or will soon be well. Thank you all for joining me in this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.